Hello, everyone. I hope that everyone is having a successful and safe start to the year. Today, we'll review the BISD Worker Compensation Program. With your help, this program can be successful. We are committed to opening the door to communication within team safety to assist the injured employee. As an employer, we have legal and moral obligations to provide a safe workplace to our employees, which is why communication is so important. Our team safety includes me, risk management, the school nurse, the principal, and your campus safety contact, which is your designated AP in charge of safety and employee injuries for your campus. We work together to help the injured worker get care for their injury so they can recover quickly and return to work. We are team safety. We try to keep everyone safe before an injury occurs. We do this by daily visual inspections of our environment when we come to work, safety training and safety postings, and reporting and addressing hazards at your campus. However, when an accident does occur, everyone plays a part in assisting the injured employee. Knowledge of this process will not only expedite care for the employee, it will promote a quicker recovery time and reduce costs associated with the injury. This is the process that typically occurs when an employee is injured, as the injured employee will usually see the school nurse after the accident occurs. The school nurse will provide the employee accident report form to the injured employee to complete. The employee accident form is found on the Birdville website at the displayed link that will take you directly to all worker compensation forms. If the nurse is unavailable, the principal or AP can provide this form as well. The employee must complete the employee injury report form after their injury occurs or within 24 hours. If it's after that, they need to complete the form in its entirety and submit this to you or the AP as soon as possible to avoid delays in medical care and the claim for the injured employee. The nurse will ask the injured employee if they're choosing to seek medical treatment outside the district. If so, they will contact me directly. If I'm not available, the nurse will send the form to me and I'll follow up as soon as possible. A suggested provider list is also on the Birdville website. We have more care nows in the local area where an employee can go and get care if I am unavailable or if it's after business hours. After the employee form is completed, is to be sent to me via fax or email, and my information is at the bottom of both forms on page 2. After the nurse sends me the completed injury form, the nurse will provide the employee accident form to you, which will prompt you to complete the supervisor investigation form. The supervisor investigation should be sent to me within 48 hours after you're notified of the injury per the BISD safety plan. Please note that it's important that all questions on both forms be completed, as this can cause issues and delays with the claim, as these are legal documents. It's also very important to mitigate and correct hazards to avoid a similar injury from reoccurring at your campus in the near future. If a hazard at your campus cannot be addressed by you or your custodian, then a facility management ticket for repair should be entered and the custodian should block off the area as necessary. This is the employee injury form that should be provided to the injured employee. The employee will need to complete all questions, including the diagram on page 2. If you are unavailable, the injured employee should take the initiative and go to the Birdville website to obtain and complete the employee injury report and complete the form so that the nurse can send it to me, or they can scan and email it to me themselves. However, they need to provide you a copy of the form for your investigation. If the employee is wanting to obtain medical treatment from a doctor, I will need to be informed as soon as possible. If the employee would like to obtain medical treatment outside the district for their injury, this is the suggested provider list where they can obtain care by a treating doctor. This form is also on the Birdville Worker Comp website. The addresses and phone numbers are also there, which will aid the employee in getting care. Our worker comp insurance policy that the district currently has in place does not have a network of doctors, although the treating doctor has to accept worker comp in order to treat the injured employee. All of the doctors on the suggested provider list do accept worker comp, and they are in the local area. The supervisor investigation details how the injury occurred, how the injury could have been avoided, steps taken to correct or eliminate hazards, and assists us in understanding the cause and prevention of future injuries. Witnesses can verify events leading to the injury and after an injury occurs, can help to inform the nurse and supervisor of needed assistance. Photos and possible video clips are good tools and very helpful to have in addition to the injury report forms. These visuals show contributing factors which may have had a role in the accident and provides the extent of injury. This gives a better overall picture and can be helpful for the claim. Due to video files being large, please share all video clips with me on Google Drive. That would be very helpful and is the only mode at this time for such large files. And send me a notification email letting me know that you shared that with me. Photos of the injury site can also be shared from your phone and sent to me via email if video is unavailable. This is the supervisor investigation form, assesses how the injury could have been prevented and corrective action taken to avoid the same injury from happening in the future. If the employee obtains medical care from a treating doctor outside the district, they are required to inform the supervisor of their work status the next business day, and they should present this form to you per the BISD safety plan in post-injury assistance section I of the plan. This is a sample of the work status report that the employee will bring you that is provided by the treating doctor. This form is provided to the injured employee at the end of each doctor visit. Employee should provide this form to you as the supervisor when they return to work and before they start work on the date of return. The supervisor should look at this form and assess the return to work date and work restrictions stated on this form to verify accommodations can be made for the injured employee. I should be informed via email whether you can accommodate the employee's work restrictions as set out by the treating doctor. If so, I'll produce the bona fide offer letter that should be signed by both you and the injured employee on the date they return to work. The bona fide offer of employment I will provide to you after review of the work status and you inform me that work accommodations can be made. The bona fide offer is an official letter stating that BISD is accommodating the work restrictions as put forth by the treating doctor. This agreement states that we're accommodating the work restriction, and in turn, the employee agrees to stay within those work restrictions. This employment agreement should be signed the date the employee returns to work. If you are not able to accommodate the employee's work restrictions, the employee will need to be sent home to recover until their next doctor appointment or until a reevaluation is performed by their treating doctor. When the injured employee misses work due to their injury, I will need to be notified the first day the employee misses work. Reporting lost time is very important as the district can incur fines and fees for late reporting. A voluntary use of leave form, which is called an ECA-1, which is also on the Birdville Worker Comp website under Forms. The ECA form should be completed by both injured employee and supervisor. This form will ensure that they are compensated properly and that the employee does not have a gap in pay while losing time from work. The ECA form is also on the Birdville site. This form allows the employee to choose if they want to use their accrued time with the district for the first 7 days of their lost time. The ECA form should be completed for the first 7 days of lost time during the worker comp claim. This can be 7 days in a row or intermittent time, but has to add up to the 7-day period. Lost time occurs when we can't accommodate the work restrictions as outlined by the treating doctor. The employee has lost time from work due to doctor appointments, physical therapy, or any injury-related reason for the first 7 days of their claim. The ECA form should be signed by you and the supervisor that certifies payroll and sent to me the day that lost time occurs. This is the ECA form that both you and the injured employee will complete for that 7-day period. Just an FYI, workers' comp in the state of Texas only pays the injured employee 70% of their average weekly wage. The first 7 days, which is what this form covers, the employee can choose to use their time accrued with the district or not get paid for the first 7 days of their claim. Next, and while I have your attention, I'd like to show you our worker compensation claims history for the past 5 years. This is the claim history for professional staff for the last 5 years. In the 1920 year, professionals had a total of 106 injuries district-wide. And due to district closure, we had a reduction of those injuries as we were closed for the last 3 months of the year. In 2021, we still had remote learning and injuries continued to be low. In 21-22, we were back to all-person learning. Everyone was back in the classroom, returned to an environment that was more restrictive and not as flexible. Last year, the 2022-23 year was a little bit better. We did have a slight reduction in injury. Last year was slightly better overall, although the cost of medical care has increased for claim. We actually had less claims last year than we did in the 22-23 year, although the cost of medical care has caused the incurred cost to increase. In a moment, we'll take a look at what contributed to the high costs of injury as well as medical. This is the graph for total incurred costs for all injuries that occurred the past 5 years by department. Last year, the district had a total of 139 employee injuries, with a total incurred cost for professional injuries as 310,462. Professionals are our largest group of employees, as you know. Incurred costs represent medical care and supplies, pharmacy costs, and physical therapy for those injuries. I also wanted to show you the types of injuries that occurred last year. As you can see, the most prevalent injuries that occurred are due to falls, that slip trip on the same level, and our other largest injury is stroke by student. It's interesting that 51% of our 93 professional claims were stroke by student claims. 28% of total claims for stroke by student were special ed. Hopefully, an adjustment period for our kids will occur this school year. However, each injury has its own cause, and we are tasked with the responsibility of investigating and hopefully preventing those injuries going forward. This again is total incurred by cause. As I said, the increase in prescription medical costs and anything associated with the injury, including physical therapy, special study, which is MRIs, increase these medical costs for those injuries. Be on the lookout for safety. This is what we don't want to see. Remember that prevention is the key. Our efforts in accident prevention include the BISD safety plan, reviewed by all staff in Safe Schools annually, campus and departmental training 4 times a year, safety discussions in regular and monthly staff meetings at your campus. Hazard controls for your campus include a team effort in reporting hazards, corrective action to mitigate hazards, entering and follow-up on facility management tickets for construction and repairs. Campus safety inspections are due annually. We just completed our campus safety inspection. Those include periodic walkthroughs that are helpful in recognizing hazards and keeping safety in check. If you have any questions after this meeting, please don't hesitate to call or email me. I'm happy to assist you and our members of Team Safety. You are appreciated. We all work together, and I appreciate the opportunity to work with each of you. Your work and dedication makes a difference to both employees and children of the district. Have a great day, and I'm glad to work with you. Thank you.